Just returned pre-cut lumber and then realized I needed pre-cut lumber.
I'm finally feeling like a normal person after like a whole week of sugar having diarrhea and only sleeping a few hours and then having to go out again and doing that like 3 times a night for the last week. That effed up my sleep schedule, so I started to wake up and it's just been hot. So I just been like, my only goal for the week has been just to take it easy. Haven't been to hot yoga. I finally went earlier because my job at 9 got canceled due to the client's wife being sick. And like non-stop working. It's just been so busy and I'm really grateful for that. I don't want to jinx it. I just drove all the way down to my old apartment that I stayed in for just 6 months to pick up my security deposit check. I've been having issues with communicating with them, asking them, because they let me know like the last month that I was there, like, hey, you were supposed to make your own utilities account and pay for it under your own name, and they didn't say anything about that or how to set it up as my current apartment has. We're like back and forth trying to set up a telephone conference to do that before I even left. End of lease comes around, I give them my end of lease notification email, let them know I'm leaving June 30th. Pretty much don't say anything about it. Don't tell me anything about how to drop off the keys or anything like that. If we need to do a walkout, like walk through as I'm leaving the unit, nothing. I emailed them again the day, like a couple days before it was gonna be my last visit there. Like, can I just drop off the key in the deposit box in the laundry room? And then that they responded to, and then that was pretty much it. And then I was like, how do I resolve this utility issue? I'm happy to pay it, just let me know how much I owe. No response until, I think they're supposed to give you 30 days notice. Actually, I think it was 21 days. Finally responded July 31st. And they were like, oh, these are all the utilities bills. They sent me a PDF of everything that was issued to them, the apartment building, and they didn't pay any of it. So I was incurring 1% past due charges for the whole 6 months. 1%, that's fine. It's like, it's not predatory. It's a utilities bill. It's whatever. So it amounted to about $315. And then I was like, okay, so it was now August. I was like, how do I pay it? If I can do that, can you just take it out of my security deposit so that I don't give them like more money, you know? Don't say anything. So I called them, so I emailed them again a week later, nothing. And then I called them, or I texted, I was like, is text better? And then I texted them because after a few emails like a week apart, there's no response. I'm like, okay, what? I texted one of them, the one that does live in the building, and he was like super kind and actually responsive. And the guy's like, oh, I'm gonna figure it out by tonight if we can take it out of your security deposit. No response that night. Or no, he was like, oh, I'll figure it out tomorrow, sorry. And then the next day, no response. And then a couple days go by, still no response. So I called the first guy that I just been emailing with, and I call him. Actually, I call the guy. Doesn't really matter. I call both of them, leave them a voicemail. I was like, hey, I just want a response. I just want to get this resolved as soon as possible because I don't want to keep paying for additional charges. Can you take it out of the security deposit? If you can't, let me just drop off a check. When would be a good time? I need to do this as soon as possible. I was like, hey, you know, if there is something going on, like maybe someone in their family died, I don't know. Like, I know shit happens. If you guys are unresponsive because of a whatever, you know, there's crazy shit happening in Maui. A lot of people died. So I'm like, if something's happening like that, like, I need some kind of update so I can, like, understand what's going on, you know? And so I said something like, kind of like, hey, if something's going on, just let me know. You know, like, I just need some kind of response. Anyway, so they texted me a couple days ago, and they were like, oh, we can't get it out of your security deposit, and we have the deposit ready. What time do you want to pick it up this week? It has to be early morning or late evening after 8. And I said, okay, on Friday, if it's early morning, what time? If it's late evening, what time? They were like, early 8 a.m., late 8 p.m. And I was like, okay, I'll be there Friday at 8 a.m. I was just there at 8:05. Get there. The guy that lives there, still asleep. And I knock on the door, no response. I call him, finally he opens the door. He's in his pajamas, and he's like, he didn't tell me that you were coming. I didn't know anything about the check. And I was like, holy shit. He was like, but I'm gonna call him. He calls him, and then he comes back. He's like, oh, we forgot to order business checks, and so we will just mail you the check once we get the business checks, and then whatever. And I was like, so when can I expect it? Like, you guys are so unresponsive. Now I have to like wait for this and keep following up about this. He's like, no, I'm gonna follow up. Maybe we'll get it in about a week, and then I'll send the USPS. It'll be 3 to 5 business days. Just some like whatever bluff.